Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Big day ahead of us. Should be a very volatile day, guys, today. Hello, Jay. Good afternoon. How are you? Today we're gonna have two streams, guys. One now and one at the FOMC. Let me see. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, FOMC big day today. Oh, good, bro. Sweaty. Yeah, man. It's been crazy, like the weather. Very hot, man. Very hot. But yeah, big news coming at 1:30, 4 minutes, and then the big FOMC. The weather's still the same in London. Yeah, in Portugal, the weather is better today, you know. 27 again. Very, very. Okay, for the new people, how are you guys? Damn, man. My hair is getting bigger. Yeah. You go on the street and you like breathe that hair, like hot hair, right? I think there's a word for that. I think it's like it's like yeah, it's like stuffy, right? Stuffy outside. I think that's the word. Or sultry, yeah. Yeah, bro. I know what that is. I think it's quite the same in Portugal, you know. The best time is like at night, like more fresh. It's good to be on the street like at night, like since 8, 9 o'clock, you know, starts to get way better. Let's go information. Information. Today we're gonna have two streams, bro. So make sure yeah, bro, crazy. Okay, the second one, I think it's gonna be around 6:30, 6:37. Yeah, probably 6:30. Yeah. Make sure you join, bro. You've been missing information.
Negative, negative, negative. Good afternoon, guys. Negative. It's pending, pending, pending. Let's see. All good, bro. Sweating at work here again. It's so humid, man. Can't explain how horrible the air is. Bro, it's freezing in my office, man. Got the AC on. Super cold over here, bro. Can't relate. But outside is actually quite nice. It's not too bad. I actually like it. Quite nice, to be honest with you. How are you, Nuno and Joe?
I'm good, bro. And you?
Oh, good, brother. Anyway, news has dropped now. This is where we start looking for our confirmations. And guys, as I mentioned earlier, I don't want this to be like a 9 to 5 sort of thing. So we'll just sort of like, start looking for those setups whenever it makes sense, right? Okay, how much is the daily moved altogether now? Around 100 pips. We do need to give it at least the first 15 minutes, just let it kind of like settle down a little bit before we start looking for something. But let's just mark out our daily range. Nuno, I can hear myself back from your mic. Thank you, bro.
But I'm gonna reset. Okay.
No worries. Take your time. So let's see what they do with the daily range now, because the daily range has moved about only 100 pips. Do need price to settle down just a little bit more, as the numbers have just dropped. So give me a second, guys. But guys, with the PBR numbers being negative now, most likely with the fundamentals, we can expect a spike up, right? But at the same time, we need to kind of let the price settle down just a little bit more, and then from there start looking for something. Let me just post this on Insta as well quickly. There we go. So again, going back to the intraday, right? It's only moved about 100 pips altogether. Everyone can agree that we've only moved about 100 pips altogether. And so it's very realistic for us to see another 100 pips. Will you live stream FOMC? It's going to be a weird one today. Yes, sir. We will be live streaming FOMC later as well, guys. We will be live streaming FOMC later. But first, let's get through this session. The session has just started. So let's get through this session first. Let's just give it a little bit more. As I said, I've got the daily range marked out. So either I'm looking for a breakout to the top side or below the lows. But most likely a breakout to the top side on the daily range is what I'm interested in. Sorry, I had to finish every single sip of my coffee. Get the caffeine in my system. Apologies. Again, look at your 4H, right? It's a very simple scenario at this point. Either this becomes a retest now and gold again starts to give you that sort of drop. But if it does want to now start dropping, then we need this 4H to essentially start giving us a rejection. But that's exactly why I have the daily range marked out. It's very small at the moment. It's super, super tiny. The lows are all the way down here at 42 being your daily lows, and your daily highs are all the way up here. And we are trading above the 50% level, making the daily range quite bullish as of yet. Again, this is just the first 15 minutes after the news has dropped. So we do need the price to settle down just a little bit more. And then from there, we can start looking for the technical confirmations. And then we can start aligning it with the negative numbers and start looking for that sort of push up or even a drop. Really just depends on what technical confirmations we get. But I am a big fan of looking for a pump to the top side, to be fair. It literally seems like a clean fake out on the 4H structure, right? Look at your intraday. Intraday is super bullish. 47.46, 1947.46. And again, if the daily's only moved about 100 pips now, realistically talking, even just going based off the previous daily candle, you do need that correction, right? So think about it. You do have that sort of space where gold can shoot up to the top side, right? You have approximately about 28 pips, 30 pips. You do have some room to the top side, so gold can start to shoot up. But at the same time, we understand, we do need it to just breathe a tiny bit more before we start looking for that sort of crazy pump or dump. But again, going based off the previous candle, right, we understand how price action works. We need a correction, right? When I say correction, what am I expecting? Well, I'm just expecting a retest of essentially this area here. We understand that this is one of our major levels. Price action moves in waves. If it goes down, it needs to come back up, collect the orders that it's left behind, and then from there it can give you a break of the lows. So essentially, if this area here starts to hold as a major resistance level, we can start coming down for the lows and potentially break the lows, because again, this is only a 30 pip range, right? So the whole intraday will be around 130 pips or 140 pips, depends on how big of a spike up we get. And so if we see a rejection from here now, there's a very high chance we can start coming down. If the daily 50% area gets violated, we're coming down for the daily lows, right? But again, we need to see either we see a rejection from this area or a breakout. If we see a breakout, hey, I'm new here, I know Raja Bank strategy. What is your strategy in a short? This is not Raja Bank's strategy, this is different. Just watch us today, you'll understand. Again, as I said, guys, either we're getting a correction or going based off the previous candle, or we are seeing a clean fake out forming. What is a fake out? Going back to the 4H range, right? Look, as I mentioned earlier, I was showing you guys this range here. This is a major level, right? It's a major level. So again, let's mark out the lows as well as the highs, right? Just for the sake of analysis, let's mark out the highs of the range, this being the top side, and this being the lows of the range, right? Because look at this. This is the last wick we have. This is the lowest low we have within this sort of range, right? And guess what? The previous 4H ended up closing back above this, and now we're seeing this 4H also giving us a clean breakout. So again, we are starting to at this point retest this resistance, right? So let's just say this is a retest, and this is a retest of the previous daily 50% area. It's just giving us some sort of a sustainable upper wick, and then from here it will most likely start to drop. Well, if it is the case, then we need some sort of a nasty rejection forming from up here, some sort of a clean resistance candle forming from up here, or even a fake out candle. So the first 15 minutes can potentially grab liquidity above this, take all of the orders out, give you that spike up, retest this key level. Again, looking to the left, we actually do see a rejection here. So this is that major level. Make sure you guys have this level marked out, 1955. If we see some sort of a massive rejection from this area, it would be a very clean position to the downside, honestly. Again, let's say if they do want to drive the price back up, then again, this level here, guys, major level for us. The support area here, it's a major level for us. We know what happens. Look to the left, right? Usually when price starts to trade back above this, you see a massive spike up, right? And so if you see a massive spike up from this area here, and you go back to the 4H time frame once again, and it just starts to look like a clean fake out rather than an actual genuine breakout, right? So again, let me even try and annotate this. If this was a breakout, well, technically this is the consolidation, this is the breakout, right? They need a retest here, and then they need another low. They need to break the lowest low, which is all the way down here. But if this is a fake out, right? If this is not a breakout, well, guess what? Then they need to just start driving the price all the way back up, start trading the price all the way back up, and start trading it back above the 50% range. So again, let's measure out the 50% range of this consolidation, right? Let's measure the 50% out. So again, where is the highest high? We can all agree the highest high is up there, and the lowest low will be potentially down here, right? We can say this is the lowest low. So guess what? Again, it also aligns with that sort of previous daily 50% area, right? So again, we can give it just a little bit more room to breathe, just see what sort of a reaction we get up here. If we see a nasty rejection from here, it's a very high confirmation trade to the downside, because previous daily actually ended up closing quite bullish. And we've got FOMC coming up later, guys. FOMC, majority of the times, price shoots up. 80 to 85% of the times, price actually spikes up. It goes very bullish. So if they want to drive the price up with FOMC later, which we will be hosting, by the way, it makes more sense for them to actually start taking the price down now, right? So again, intraday is about 120 pips altogether now. The daily candle is about 120 pips. Yeah, let's measure the daily range. You've got the daily highs just up here now. I wish there was like an indicator, man, which could just like mark out the daily highs, the daily lows, and the 50%. Then I would not need to mark it out. That would make my life so much easier. Does anyone know any sort of an indicator like that? Let me know. Fibonacci indicator. There might be an indicator, you know, Fibonacci indicator. Fibonacci. Wait, how do you even spell Fibonacci? I don't even know. Fib, because we usually call it fib retracement. Yeah, fib retracement. Retracement. Okay, we have the fib extensions, fib retracement. What about this one? Should we try this? See what this does? Oh snap. Oh, this is something else. Never mind. How do I cancel this? No, this is something else. Anyway, I'll have a look later, but let me know if you guys know any sort of like indicators which allows you to mark the daily highs, the daily lows, and the daily 50%. Then we don't need to measure the range out. It will just like readjust the range for us. But anyway, it is coming up to our key level at this point. Go to the 4H once again. The 4H is also coming back up to this key level of ours, right? So two scenarios which can play out, right? We understand we've got a very volatile open coming up in the next next hour. So in the next hour, we've got a very volatile open coming up, which is the new 4H open, right? So two things will happen. Either the new 4H will again cause a very clean fake out from up here, and it would not break the highs of this candle, because again, it has no business breaking above the highs, right? If it does start to break the highs of this candle, then technically this is again becoming a fake out, right? And if it becomes a fake out, guys, we can start spiking all the way back up. Just because we got FOMC coming up later doesn't mean I start to look for just a sell position out for the rest of the day. We are traders, right? We will only go based off our technical confirmations. And again, gold is essentially just giving us that spike up, grabbing the cheapest price possible. And if they want to drive the price down, because again, the fundamentals are quite negative, right? So it makes sense for them to actually take the price up now. So if the move is done, we've got another 3 minutes left before the first 15 minutes comes to a closure. If the move is done within the first 15 minutes, then the next 15 minutes will most likely start to cause a fake out. So if we are to start trading a fake out now, we need some sort of a technical confirmation, right? Oh, this is where now, what kind of confirmation can we look for? Well, if we can get the next candle to make the previous candle, being the open candle now, invalid, we can start looking for that drop, right? But yeah, this is your spike up. This is your fundamental play in the markets now. Gold is spiking up due to the negative numbers. It's breaking past the daily highs, and it's lovely because now we are starting to see some sort of clean price action in the markets. And now, you know, we do have that sort of sustainable price action in the markets now to the top side. So anything to the downside will be quite decent, since we will not expect any more corrections back up. Whereas if you were looking for these sell positions from down here, you always had that in the back of your mind that price will sort of spike up to give you that sort of upper wick, right? Sustainable upper wick. We have the sustainable upper wick now in the markets. We just need to let it calm down a little bit and give us that rejection and a confirmation to the downside. That's what we need now, essentially. Again, this scenario here is setting up, which will essentially be your 4H double top. Oh, we got so many scenarios on this now, you know. Amazing. So 4H double top is a scenario we've got setting up for sure. We've also got the 4H 50% retest coming up, guys. 4H 50% retest. We understand how the price action works on gold. So these are the two different scenarios which I'm really interested in. But again, we do need to have patience. Let's not FOMO into anything. A lot of the times people do FOMO into positions because they see price going up or down, and they just want to sort of like jump on the wave and ride the wave. We're not interested, guys. Just let it go. You've got FOMC coming up later as well. DA Forex, use daily auto fib. You just need to adjust the settings to show high, low, and 50. Oh, appreciate that, bro. Is that indicator, by the way? Is that an indicator? Use auto Fibonacci's 1. Let me just copy that. It's not even letting me copy. Hold on, let me search that. Yeah, indicator. Let me see. Auto Fib. Is that how you spelled it? FIBAN. Daily auto. Oh, daily auto. Okay. Is it this one, bro? They have the. Let me just do fib. Which one? Which one is it? The first one. Nah, type daily fib. Daily fib. Okay, let's see. Oh, everyone can use this. Which one is it, bro? Is it, that's the one we used earlier. Otherwise, daily Fibonacci. Is it this one? Average. Let me know. But this is the most used one. Maybe you can just play with the settings on this one, but yeah, this is the most used one, I think. Holy, yeah, I think you can like play with the settings on this. Style, okay, output, show, retracement, show. Yeah, I can see. Anyway, we'll sort that out after this stream. I kind of don't want to go into it right now. Let's just stay focused. But I appreciate that. If you guys have any tools like that, just send them my way, because you'll make my life easier. How do I get rid of this now? There should be like a little cross here, no? Wait, hold on a second. I don't use indicators, guys, so I'm actually clueless when it comes to it. Settings, can I delete it here? There should be like a little cross here, no? How does it work? Nuno, do you know how I can get rid of this, bro? Oh, right there. Okay, it's over here. It's not.
Yeah, that's the cross.
All right, found it. So there we go. That's the new open now. Again, as I said, expecting a fake out. So if it is a fake out, this is the upper wick done now. Looking at your daily, daily has given you the clean retracement, which we needed to the top side. Now, what are the chances of us retesting the 50% of this 4H? Very high. And what are the chances of us coming down to the daily lows once we go past the 4H 50%? Again, super high, right? So let's measure out the range on the 4H. Got the 50% area just up here. Now this is where you're seeing that crazy spikiness. Yes, yes, yes. This is the candle. This is the candle. This candle, if it establishes that sort of resistance, right, the next candle can give you a clean drop all the way downtown, honestly. Because again, look at your 4H, right? Your 4H has given you the upper wick now. But you know what? Let's not sort of like FOMO into anything. We do need our confirmations, right? Even your 1H is super bullish. Everything is super bullish, right? So as I mentioned earlier, we need some sort of a confirmation. We need at least one candle which can make the previous candle invalid, but it seems like it has a low volatility now. Look at this drop. See, we mentioned something like this could play out. And we can look for an impulsive play on this position. Honestly, makes plenty of sense. If this candle can make the previous candle invalid, let's look for an impulsive sell position from up here. If this candle here can give us a closure back below this resistance area here, making the previous candle invalid, it will give you a very nice confirmation in my opinion. Because again, going based off the HTF, right, we understand that we are technically in a downtrend. We have violated the lows over here. we have also seen a closure below this, and either this here is just a retest for them to again start selling the markets, or this is a breakout for them to start spiking the price back up again. So if we do see a confirmation forming from up here, look, only two confirmations can show up, either a breather candle or a resistance candle. If this turns into a breather candle, then I'm also interested in that buy position above this, because at that point you're honestly not rejecting, you're just trading back above this same range, and you're also getting that 30-minute confirmation of a support candle, confirmation candle, and a breakout candle should be the next 4H candle. So I'm actually a big fan of even looking for a buy position, to be honest with you guys, because we do have plenty of room to the top side, right? And if they do not reject the price, then they will spike the price back up. It's very simple, very simple. Because we've got FOMC coming up later, they do need to give you a good point to either start selling the price from or start buying the price from. So either way, I'm staying fluid in the markets, but as I said, I would prefer a sell position if it does set up. If we can get this candle hit, which can essentially form a resistance and make the previous candle invalid, because we do need some sort of a confirmation, right? And the daily is about 200 pips almost as well. So let's see. Let's just let it set up, but it will be a clean position if it does set up in the next 10 minutes to the downside. Your new 4H can essentially just open and give you that spike down, and this will become your clean structure highs. Your daily highs also will be respected if the next candle is a confirmation candle. So again, if we can see a resistance candle, the next one breaks the lows, gives us that confirmation candle, we start to aim for the wick fill to the downside. Your daily 50% area is up here now. Let's just quickly measure the daily range once again. Look at this, you've got the daily highs over here. Your daily lows are all the way down here now. And so essentially your daily 50% area is just here as well. So we understand how price action works, right? So usually gold trades within the ranges, within the daily range as well. So if you're sort of like an intraday trader as well as a scalper, daily range is very important for us, right? Because we're looking to see where price will go today. Will it go up or will it go down within the daily range, right? So this is where now we have the daily highs over here, we have the daily lows, and we have the daily 50%, which is the 50% area on the daily candle, right? It's just the mid range essentially. So we're just playing a game of probability. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to calculate what are the probabilities that gold will reject the daily highs now and go back to the 50% area, and then what are the probabilities from the 50% area, either it will spike back up to the daily highs or it will break the daily 50% and start to go down. So again, all I'm doing is I'm trying to calculate probabilities, right? Playing a game of probabilities. And so this is where I have different scenarios and different confirmations. You guys can see we have a lot of stuff in our playbook, right? So these are different confirmations we have over here. We have different scenarios, entries, and so many things that we look for. You know, obviously we've accumulated data over years on gold, and this is where we have different scenarios which play out. We call these high probability scenarios because again, there is no certainties. So one thing that I'm really interested in, which I know plays out many times on gold, it's a double top scenario on the 4H. But again, in order for me to anticipate something like that, I do need to wait for the 4H to open, which is essentially in the next 7 minutes, right? So if the next 4H opens up, it gives me some sort of a spike up and it starts to give you a rejection and starts to sell off, I will be interested in a sell position. But as I said, before something like that happens, I do need a confirmation prior to the 4H open. So the confirmation prior to the 4H open will essentially be a resistance candle here. So how can we understand if this is a resistance candle or if it's a breather candle? Well, again, let's measure the range on this candle. If the candle closes as an engulfing bearish candle, most likely it's a resistance candle because it's a rejection candle. If it ends up closing as an indecisive candle, then it becomes an indecisive candle if it closes around like the 50% area. Whereas if it closes above the 50% area, then it closes as a breather candle. It means that most likely the next candle will break the highs and give you a spike back up. So there are different scenarios here which we can trade. My bad, when you type daily auto, it's the first one input. You want 1 day to look back, show zero retracement, show one for style. Bro, just message me, send me all the options and I'll sort that out. Thank you, bro, appreciate it. Yeah, again, you guys can see I'm basically just playing a game of probabilities, right? I'm looking to see where price will go within this daily range, because the daily range is really massive. I don't need to worry about anything else other than daily range, because within daily range I can capitalize on 50-60 pips very easily, right? I just need to see where the markets will go and jump on the wave, sort of thing, right? So what we need to do as traders now is we need to wait for our confirmations, which we know work. And so the confirmation I'm, as I said, interested in will either be a resistance candle here or a breather candle. And if it is a breather candle, again, I'm looking to see, do I have enough range to the left in order for me to execute on a buy position? Well, looking at the daily, it actually seems quite clean. We don't have any massive rejections approaching for another like 35 pips to 40 pips. If I go to the 4H now, looking to the left, looking to the left, looking to the left, it seems like we do start to reject up here, which is the 1961 level. So maybe another 17-18 pips we see a rejection, and then there are numerous rejections up here. So let's say if we do not want to capitalize on a breakout up here, what can we capitalize on? Well, we can capitalize on a pullback. So what would our pullback levels be? This is where you can go based off your 4H candle, because your 4H candle has given you a range. So you have the 4H range now, as well as the daily range to trade within, and you're playing the game of probabilities. So at this point now, if the next 4H comes down and it gives you a retest of this 50% area and it starts to reject, guess what? There is a very high chance it will come back up to retest the highs. So that's another trade opportunity, right? Buying gold from down here. But if the next 4H now gives you a very clean closure below this 50% level, being the daily 50%, being the 4H 50%, guess what's happening? Your daily range is again becoming bearish. And if you have the confirmation, then guess what? There is a very high chance that we're coming back down to the daily lows. It's just a game of probabilities, right? But at the moment, is there anything we can take playing the game of probabilities? Not really. Not really. We have not approached our pullback level, and we have not approached our breakout levels. So for us, we just need to stay out of the markets until we get that confirmation, right? Afternoon, people. What's happening, you bear? You good, my brother? That's all the options, bro. Takes 10 seconds to do. Really? Okay, bro. I'll sort that out. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But yeah, again, it's very simple. We just need to kind of like wait for our confirmations. As soon as they show up, let's execute. No hesitation here. Would it be a smart thing to capitalize on a breakout hit when this whole 30-minute candle has pushed about 144 pips, which was against heavily influenced by fundamentals? And if something like this plays out, something so aggressive, it leaves a lot of imbalances to the downside. So if there is an imbalance down here, we can come down to fill the imbalance. So if there is an imbalance, guess what? That's a sell opportunity for us, right? And we've got plenty and plenty of range on the daily. And yeah, that's it. It's very simple. Now we just wait for our confirmations and we execute as soon as they show up. Looking at the 30 minutes, it hasn't really closed as an indecisive candle. It hasn't also closed as a rejection candle. It's just left a tiny bit of a wick to the top side, which could be a wick fill break scenario on the next 4H. So again, we need something which looks like a rejection candle. And at the moment, this looks like a clean breather candle rather than a rejection candle. So would it make sense for us to take a trade on the break of this? You could see a retest of the 4H 50% as well as the retest of the daily 50%. But again, going based off this candle here, it is suggesting that there is still some more momentum to the top side. And if we want to take a sell position, we don't want there to be any sort of any sort of momentum to the top side. We need clean downside order flow. We need a lot of bearish pressure in the markets. Then we know it can start selling off for the rest of the day. Whereas if there is a lot of pressure to the top side, most likely is because they want to bring the price up a little bit more. Again, I don't know how much more they can bring the price up. You don't know how much more they can bring the price up. We can go based off the levels we have to the left. And this is where, if I look to the left, anything above this, maybe I have another 20 pips, 19 pips, 30 pips. But again, it's a maybe, right? Because you've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance, resistance, resistance. Too many rejections, right? So it's just a maybe. I don't know how much it will push up. No one knows. No one knows. No one here knows how much gold will push up, right? Going based off the rejections to the left. But what we understand now is if we can wait for a pullback, then we have a clean range to start targeting to the top side as well as to the downside. That's why I feel very comfortable trading within the daily range, right? Because I know these highs as well as these lows are very achievable today because we've retested them. And usually, if you know how price action works, you can get the same retest again and again and again. If let's say price has formed a range, right? If let's say as an example, this is your range on the daily, right? And you're essentially, this is your mid-range, and you've got the highs, you've got the lows here now. So now you understand that price has actually achieved this as well as this on the intraday, right? And we understand how price action works. It loves to give us retest. It will retest the highs, it will retest the lows. So that's what we're doing. We're just playing a game of probabilities. We're looking to see if it will come back up to retest the highs or retest the lows. And within this range, we will get our clean setup that we execute on. But anything outside of this box now, it's very uncertain for me. I don't like it. It's not my comfort zone, right? It's not my comfort zone. Anything outside the box, I don't know where it will reject, because I could take a trade here, but I don't know where it will reject. So within this box of ours, I'm very comfortable looking for positions. As soon as we start spiking outside, that's when it goes away from the daily range, and I just become a bit uncomfortable looking for positions. So yeah, again, it's a game of psychology. So I will be in the best psychological state if I trade within the daily range. So I need to look for something within the daily range. That's my comfort zone, right? Because it's something that I've backtested pretty much. Okay. The first 30-minute candles have given us 1960 at this point now. And the first 15-minute candle of the new 4H now is giving us a upper wick as well as a bottom wick. So let's see what happens. We are closing above the 55 level, which is again that daily 50% level. If we do see a breakout below this, then most likely, as I mentioned earlier, we can expect to see a retest of the 50% levels, which we have. And because the previous 4 hour has closed super bullish, once we see a retest of this level here, either it can reject and start pushing back up, or it can give you a clean breakout and start dropping back down to the daily lows. So is there anything we can capitalize on up here? Well, if you want to take a breakout going based off this candle here, maybe you have like 13 pips or 10 pips you can capitalize on, and you know, make it risk free and let the rest run if that's something you want to do. But it's very impulsive position. If it is something you're interested in, it can play out for sure. If you want to wait for a safer trade, a higher confirmation trade, then obviously you can always wait for a break back below this area here, close back below this area here, some sort of a nice engulfing bearish close, and then from there you can start looking for those sells for the rest of the day. Or again, if you see some sort of a candle which gives you a retest of this area and ends up closing as a rejection candle instead of a engulfing bearish candle, then you can start looking for that pump back up to the daily highs, because you have this daily range now and you can trade within this daily range. Is about 90 pips here, and it's also about 90 pips here. So you've got very nice range to the top side as well as to the downside. You sort of just need to wait for your confirmations, right? Impulsive positions could have made sense if this candle had less of a wick to the downside, right? Because the job of this candle now will be to essentially give you that wick fill, break and reject, or wick fill, break and drop. So we do need another confirmation. We need a candle which technically gives you a wick fill, break and a closure below, suggesting that price is actually now trading below this key level of ours, which is the 1955. We need price to trade below 1955. Then the scenario, PD 50% scenario, starts to make more sense. Until then, it's tricky. It's really, really tricky. But at the same time, previous 15-minute did establish this range, and if price did want to shoot back up, then it had no business breaking the lows here, right? If let's say this starts to break the lows. So again, if you even just calculate the previous range, right? The previous candle has essentially given you a low as well as a high, and now job of this candle is to either break the lows and form a new low, or retest the lows and come back up. So I think the safest play will be to wait for the first 15 minutes. If it can give us a closure below this major key level of ours, then we can start looking for something on the next candle, since then we will have the resistance candle and we will also have the confirmation candle. But at the moment, because it's just the first 15 minutes and 4H is a very volatile open, this can just be a upper wick as well as a bottom wick on the 4H, and the minute it gives you a retest of this, it can end up closing as a rejection candle. So it's one of those things where I will feel more comfortable once I have some more confirmations, right? But at this point, again, if you look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the 5th 5-minute candle now, right? Kind of like rejecting. We had the first rejection. This is 10 minutes, 15 minutes. This is almost 15 minutes of rejection from up here. And this is the pullback done as well, going based off the structure. Look at this, clean pullback done. And now this is again starting to look like a breakout candle to the downside. But again, the keyword, starting to look like a breakout candle. We don't care about what it looks like, we just care about what it actually is, right? So we just wait, sit on our hands. But it will be a very nice clean sell position below this area here. Again, what you guys can do is, if you're looking for that impulsive play to the downside, we know what gold can do. It can give you a 50% retest now, 50% of the previous 4H candle. We can retest it. And so if that's something you're interested in trading, you can look for a position on the break of the lows and make it risk-free as soon as it taps this area. And if it is a breakout, then you will make plenty and plenty of profits. 89. And if it's just a retest, and if this is just a pullback, then you will get taken out at break even because you're making it risk-free at your 4H 50% level. Right? Again, as I mentioned earlier, two things can take place. Either it can break the lows here, retest the 4H 50%, which is approximately about 12 pips away, and start closing back above the 55 level and start pushing back up. Or what it can do is it can close below this area and just start dropping down to the daily 50%, which is the 1950 level, and from there start spiking back up. Or it will just give you a clean drop now for the rest of the day, and with FOMC they will take the price back up. There are different scenarios which we can trade for sure. We just need to wait for our confirmations. It's very simple. And if the next 15 minutes also start to give you that breakout, now look, we're getting two 15-minute candles technically giving us rejections. It becomes a better confirmation if the next 15 minutes also starts to give us this break below. And I will be interested in a sell position if we do start to go past this area here in the next 15 minutes. And as I have mentioned, I would like to make it risk-free as soon as we start to retest this area here, which is about 13-14 pips away from the breakout area, right? And once we have retested this, I would like to make it risk-free, secure some partials, let it run down to daily 50%, secure some more partials, and then from there, just let it run for the rest of the day. Because what can also happen now is you can obviously make your risk-free here, get taken out at break even, you will avoid a full loss, and you can then look for that buy position if it sets up from here, because you can also have a very nice clean buy position that sets up from here, because the daily has only moved about 180 pips, so it still has another 20 pips in the tank That's one thing we need to understand. As traders, it still has another 20 pips in the tank before we have a 200 pip daily range. So it's a situation, we're in a situation where it can still push up, break the highs, maybe retest this, and then from up there start to sell the markets. Then they can start to sell the markets from up there. Or another thing is, as I said, they can just start dropping the price now, maybe give you break below the daily lows. Anything's a possibility, right? Anything is a possibility. That's just how the game goes. But one thing that I've been noticing recently is those opposite direction plays with the NY open are so beautiful. Like, you will see something dodgy happens with the half one open. It will make your NY open confirmation invalid, and then from there start going the opposite direction. Have you guys noticed it recently? That's something I'm going to start backtesting even a little bit more. I think it could be one of our entries for sure this year. I've been noticing it recently. It always does something dodgy with the half one open, right? It will break the lows of the NY open candle, kind of like take out a lot of liquidity, and then from there start pushing in the opposite direction. So that's something we can also backtest. There we go. So now again, the 4H candle is starting to reject. And it seems like we're starting to lose some momentum now. Let's go on our playbook and see what are the scenarios that we can retest. The 4H double top, is it valid? Not really. We haven't retested the top side yet, so it's not valid just yet, but it could be something that we're looking for, a potential scenario. Other than that, we have the 4H 50% retest. This is valid for sure because price is coming down to that 4H 50% level, so that's a valid scenario. Then obviously when we do start to approach the 4H 50%, what can happen? Again, as I mentioned, it could just be a pullback and then they can start taking the price back up again, or it could be a 4H 50% breakout. And if it's a breakout, as I mentioned earlier, it will give you a breakdown to the daily 50%, and you have about 21 pips below the 4H 50% to the daily 50%, about 20 pip range. And once we start to now retest the daily 50%, that's when you've got more scenarios coming up. But until then, the only scenario which I'm looking for is the retest scenario. Or as I said, if I can get the double top scenario here, some sort of a nice break, rejection, closure, I'm looking to take it downtown, right? But I would need a clean resistance candle though. If I can get a breakout and a nice clean rejection, engulfing bearish closure below the 4H lows, maybe I can annotate to make it easier for you guys, because we understand these are your 4H highs now, right? If we are looking for the 4H double top, well, this is the resistance area here. Maybe a fake out candle here. Let me change the color for you guys. Give me a second. So a fake out candle, essentially closing above the resistance area, closing above the 4H highs. And then we get the candle which kind of opens up here, spikes, doesn't break above this with more than 5 pips. It doesn't break above this more than 5 pips, and it starts to close back below. Guess what? This is turning into a fake out candle, right? If it closes as an engulfing bearish candle, it's suggesting that there is a lot of momentum to the downside and it wants to come down. So the only key area now to the downside will be your 4H 50% area, right? And your daily 50% area. So anything after will be a nice clean confirmation for us to start selling gold. That's the 4H double top. That's how the 4H double top can set up on the 15-minute time frame. This will be the confirmation which we need, a nice clean engulfing closure back below the range after the breakout candle. So this will trick majority of the retail traders into buying gold, and this is where we will start to sell the markets, and this is what you call fake outs, right? That's something which plays out on gold majority of the times. Why can't we sell now with a 40 pip SL? Be my guest, bro. Do as you like. I'm not telling you to not sell or buy. Do as you like. Be my guest.
Bro, we have that scenario on the playbook. Like, explain like to the D
Exactly.
in 15 minutes.
Information says, why can we not sell now? Guys, you can do whatever you like. We're just not selling now. If you want to sell now, do whatever you like. This is not financial advice. It's really up to you. If you want to sell now, be my guest. But we're just waiting for our confirmations because, again, you know, we've got our own strategy, our own confirmations. That's why we're not selling just yet.
Buy and sell at the same time. And then you close the position.
Whichever that goes against you.
Let's go against.
Already made that mistake of cowboy selling. Oh yeah, man, there are no confirmations for you guys to take any trades at the moment. We haven't really given any confirmations, any trades either. You need to have patience, especially when you're going against the fundamentals as well as the technicals. You do need those confirmations. And you know, if you can kind of just wait and avoid getting caught in the traps that it throws your way, you can honestly catch a clean trade and make your money. But if you keep on getting caught in the traps, then you will hit your loss limit, and that's where, like, you know, you get in that psychological state of emotional trading. So, you know, we're so calm, we're chilling, we're relaxed because we're not interested in anything right now. Because look at your candles, right? Your candles, they tell you a story. The first candle here is suggesting indecision. Second candle here is suggesting rejections. Third candle here has just opened, so I don't know what the third candle will look like, but if it does suggest some sort of momentum to the downside, that's what I'm interested in, right? So these are candlesticks, and these candlesticks are telling you stories, and as traders we do need those confirmations. Honestly, at the moment, going based off my strategy, I don't have any confirmation to start selling gold. I know it can play out. I know, guys, it can play out to the downside. We can see it. But again, I want to capitalize on a bigger play. And if it doesn't break this area here, it will pump back up. So I can start jumping on a buy position from here, right? It's just a waiting game at this point, honestly. That's the thing, right? You got FOMC coming up later as well. We're hosting FOMC session later, so let's have patience. Let's catch a nice trade today, make some profits, and then we can double up our profits later today. And this is me being realistic. Later you can double up your profits because FOMC will give you such a nice clean move. Luckily, it came back down to be Samir. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Did you sell the markets or did you buy the markets? What did you do? If you were selling the markets, then you must have sold them. I think you must have sold them up here. What time will you be going live? Most likely around 6:30 or 6:30 we will be going live, because with FOMC we do need to analyze the markets in more sort of like depth. So it needs to be much more detailed analysis. So we do need to go live half an hour earlier, half an hour prior to FOMC. Another lesson learned. And yeah, that's what trading is about. Trading is about learning your lessons and sort of just not implementing the same mistakes again. And that's kind of what made me a profitable trader myself. It was because I made a lot of mistakes. And you know, when you're just losing for years and years and years, you know, you kind of do have to change something. And that's where your journey starts and you understand what trading really is about. It's not about becoming a billionaire or a millionaire. It's about, you know, improving yourself on a daily basis. It's a whole ass, like, you know, journey of self-development. Honestly, you have to improve your mindset. You know, you need to start developing a lot of good habits which will turn you into a profitable trader. It's not about learning the technical analysis or fundamental analysis. It's a very much a psychological state. So if your psyche is not in the right state, then you can't make money. And yeah, again, you know, imagine if you go to a college or you go to a university, you will pay the fees, right, for the education. The same fees that you pay to the markets will be your losses. That's how I see it. But it depends on you how much you want to pay to the markets before you learn your lessons, right? Some people will pay a lot more than others. It really just depends on you. If you want to pay a minimum fees, then make sure your losses are small. because you will need to pay the fees if you want to learn what the trading markets can do for you, right? What the Forex markets can do for you, not trading markets, tradable markets. But yeah, that's kind of the concept I have in my mind, right? It's like that with anything in life, you know, anything good in life, you first have to pay the price. And everyone who's successful in life has paid the price, you know. But that's the thing, right? That's the difference between people who are successful and people who are not successful. People who are not successful could not pay the price. They chose the mediocrity. They chose the mediocre path. And then the people who are successful now, they chose the path of misery and pain, and then they learned from their lessons, you know. They were very persistent and dedicated, and they had the willpower to never quit. That's just the difference, right? So that's exactly what trading is. If I could sum up trading, that's what trading is in my eyes, right? I've been doing it for years. It's not really about making millions, because I'll be honest with you guys, once your psyche is up here, millions will follow you. I promise you. There's so much money in this business. If you have consistency, if you can get some investors, people will throw you. If you can build a portfolio of consistency, right, people will throw money at you. You go to like, you find 1 2 rich Arabs, you find 1 2 rich Arabs, they will throw millions at you. So trust me guys, focus on the consistency, don't chase the money. Because the minute you can become consistent, you're becoming the part of the 10%. You are part of the 10% now, right? You can make a lot of money in this game, more than what you can comprehend. There's so much money. There are trillions of dollars being traded every single day in the markets, right? So again, focus on the process, focus on becoming a better trader instead of becoming a rich person, right? Consistency is the key, brother. Exactly. So that's the thing, right? For us now, if this was about money, I'll be so honest with you guys, I would be selling the markets up here, because I was anticipating a rejection from here, right? But it's more than money. I know if I start to sell the markets up here, it's not something which is part of my strategy. So to a certain extent, I'm, you know, violating my trading plan just to make money, right? So trading, it's not about money for me. I'm very passionate about this because it turns me into a better human being every single day. Because if I make a mistake, and I make a big mistake, I have no one else to blame but myself, but myself, right? I need to look at myself in the mirror and, you know, kind of like point my fingers at myself and be like, okay, cool, what did I mess up? Where did I mess up? Where did I go wrong? And that's where I kind of have to think about everything, and then I'm like, okay, cool, this is where I messed up. That's a big lesson learned once again. Thank you to the markets, thank you to God for showing me my mistake, and then, you know, just improve it, implement the right practices around it, so I don't make the same mistake again. That's kind of what trading is for me, basically. Honestly, that's what trading is. And if you are a good trader, to a certain extent, you can be good at anything in life. That's what I truly believe, because you need so much emotional control, so much discipline, so much goes into this. People don't understand. Trading is probably one of the hardest things you can do in your life. Especially when you're going through that phase of like blowing up your trading accounts, because, you know, you don't have any risk management in place, and, you know, you're just blowing accounts right, left and center. You know, it's a very miserable state to be in, right? But once you kind of come out of it, trading to a certain extent technically becomes boring, because 90% of the times we're just waiting here, right? But that's what trading is, guys. You know, it's not about catching every single thing in the markets, because trust me when I say this, believe me when I say this, if I want, I can catch every single thing. It doesn't mean I'll be profitable by the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I will be profitable by the end of the day, but I can anticipate every single move. Trust me, that's how precise I am with my price action on gold. But does it serve me anything? No, it doesn't. The job here is to make money in a calculated way, and that's what I'm here to do, make money, right? It's not about my ego or my pride, it's about making money. This is a business, so I have found the safest way, the less, like a way which puts the least amount of pressure on my psychological state, And this is what I do now on a daily basis. Wait for my confirmations. As soon as the confirmations are there, execute without hesitation. I've done micro scalping. I've done normal scalping on the 1 minute time frame, on the 5 minute time frame. It was the most stressful time of my life, and it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it because I had to go back to the basics, and I had to kind of like, I had a conversation with myself. I was like, why am I doing this? It's for financial freedom. So if it's for financial freedom, why am I stressing myself out? My life is so miserable. All I think about is trading. All I care about is trading. There is nothing else in my life other than trading. So I was like, cool, I need to kind of like slow myself down, calm myself down a little bit, find a system which works for me. It still brings me, good ROI, but it's less stressful. So this is where now I've switched my strategy a little bit, and I'm trading based off like HTF, 30-minute confirmations, 15-minute confirmations, because I don't need to pay attention to this every minute now. I don't need to pay attention to this every 5 minutes. Earlier, you guys don't understand. Every minute. If you guys go back to the live streams from like 7-8 months ago, you'll see how I was trading. Oh, it sounded like a commentary, those I was those commentators, those cricket commentators. Every 2 seconds, goal is going up, it's doing this, it's doing that. It was too stressful, way too stressful. And this is all recorded, by the way. My journey is all recorded. I was streaming 7-8 months ago as well, even a year ago, to be fair. So it's all recorded. You guys can kind of like see my journey as well. I've gone from micro scalping to, again, this is still considered scalping, right? But there's less pressure. Honestly, there's less pressure on me now. Bro, I joined your mentoring last year, January. It's so nice to see your growth this time around. Appreciate that, my brother. Even like, don't get me wrong, we were super profitable last year as well. But again, like, was it really worth it? The exchange, because it was, I don't think the exchange was worth it. Like, the amount of pressure I was putting myself under just to make money, was the exchange really worth it? It wasn't, because I was starting to go down a very dark road of, depression. I'll be so honest with you guys, because my life was just it revolved around trading. I was not just trading the NY session, I was also trading late night. So this is where I had to kind of like switch up some stuff. Ramadan helped me a lot, because I dedicated that month to God, so it kind of did help me a lot. Kind of took my mind off trading. But yeah, man, I'm in a much better place now. There's just less pressure on me, and I'm much better as a trader as well, like averaging 80-85% win rate. You can ask Nuno, he tracks everything for me. You can ask him, guys. He will provide you with everything. I'm not really here, making stuff up. Nuno, am I lying when I say over 85%?
No. If you guys want, we can like give the history.
We have the history, we have everything's tracked. So that's where now I'm averaging about 85% win rate on, these markets 90% lose, and I'm averaging 85% win rate. I don't have as much pressure on me. Man, I'm enjoying my journey now. I'll be honest with you guys. I had to leave last minute because of my G5, but now I do Uber, so I'm 100% dedicated with time flexibility. Oh man, yeah, I know. Uber is a very decent job because you're kind of like your own boss, right? And it depends on you when you want to work, how much you want to work. Yeah, Uber is an amazing way of, making some money. Amazing stuff, bro. Good job to you, man. But yeah, bro, hop in the team, man. If you want to jump back into the team, you will be very surprised with the kind of stuff we have now. We've got a whole playbook here. We've got so much more stuff now. It's very systematic now, the way we're trading. And my aim was to make this as less stressful as possible. And I think I've done that. So you lost or won in the time you were away from YouTube? No, I didn't lose. I was still winning. Guys, that's the thing. It doesn't mean I was losing. I was still very profitable. But as I said, even though I was very profitable, I had too much pressure. It was getting so bad that, I'll be so honest with you guys, I don't even have anything to hide. I had to start going to hospital because I was getting really bad migraines. And these migraines were so bad, when I would get them, I would start vomiting everywhere. My body would start shaking, but it was all because of training, guys. Like, that's the thing. I would start because training is something I'm so passionate about. That's the thing, guys. You don't see like all the other stuff that goes on, you know, to make you a profitable trader. Because I was so hooked on this all the time. All I'll think about is trading. Like, if I had a bad trading day, it would be so bad. I'll be the worst person. You don't want to talk to me if I had a bad trading day. If I had a best trading day, I was on cloud nine. I was the best guy to be around. And so, because I was so attached with trading, man, it was just becoming so stressful, right? But you were doing a lot of sports. I was doing sports, but I was doing more. It was more just like heavy weight training, right? Heavy weights. I was lifting heavy weights. It wasn't really sports. I was lifting heavy weights and I was doing boxing, but I wouldn't consider sports. I would say it was just heavy weights I was lifting, right? To kind of release some stress. But that's why I was going to gym anyway, because I had so much stress on me. And to a certain extent now, I've brought myself to a point where I'm very profitable still, but the stress levels have gone down. And I think this is the new thing I've kind of like realized in my journey. It's not just about becoming profitable. Becoming profitable is just that stage one. And then from that stage one, the stage two is, okay, how can I sort of like stay profitable, but bring down the stress levels? And so that's the kind of stage I'm on now, trying to bring the stress levels down as much as I can. And one thing that's helping me is making it very systematic. Just kind of have everything on the screens, select a couple things. Like, you know, I've got my playbook here, select the scenarios from the playbook, look for the confirmations I need in order for me to execute on these scenarios. And whenever it shows up, just execute on it. And, you know, risk management side, everything we've got this sorted. You guys can see this, everything's calculated. It's all a game of probabilities. It's all very systematic. And it's just taken the stress off me, and I'm in such a better place now mentally. That's why I'm back on the YouTube live streams as well, because now I can actually do this in front of you guys, right? Because, you know, I'm just in a better place now mentally. And that is majority of the times, guys, if you do trade with the 1 minute time frames and the 5 minute time frames, it's so much pressure. It's very stressful. So if you guys really want me to give you any tips, stay away from the lower time frames and kind of just focus on the HTF, being the 15 minute time frame or the 30 minute time frame. It will just, of course, you would not be able to catch the sniper entries. I was known for catching the sniper entries because I'm so precise with my angles, with my levels and everything, right? I was known for catching the sniper entries, but I kind of had to also sacrifice on the sniper entries. See, it's like the exchange, right? Is it worth it? For me, it is worth it because I'm in a better place mentally. So I don't mind sacrificing on sniper entries and everything else as long as the stress levels are low. Are you not doing heavy sports anymore because you used to show off your muscles? Man, I've injured myself. I've injured my rotator cuff. I've injured my knees because I was lifting really heavy weights. I was doing I was bench pressing about 150 kg. But one issue with me, I would never warm up. I would literally just like load the weights up because I had this thing in my head. I was like, if I warm up, it means I'm going to lose some strength and I want to keep all of my strength. So let's just go to the heavy weight straight away. So I kind of messed up my rotator cuff. It clicks, it hurts. Even I'm doing this now, it's hurting a lot. So I've been off gym for the past 2-3 weeks, more than 3 weeks now. I also messed up my knees. You know, I had a lot of pain in my knees because I was squatting more than 200 kg. So I'm going to start getting back into it, hopefully this week. But I think now I'll be more sensible. I'll be much more sensible. Rather than kind of like being obsessed with that number of lifting heavy weights, I'll just sort of do this for the health you know, the health benefits that you get out of working out. But yeah.
That's you can put some weight off and do more reps.
Yeah, because back then I was sort of training within the ranges of 3 to 5 reps. That's obviously on the squats and the deadlift, and then on the bench press I was doing same thing, to be honest, not even going past the 5 rep range because I was going really heavy, right? And then on the other exercises like back rows and stuff, I would do like 6 to 8 reps, again relatively very heavy, right? 6 to 8 reps. But this is where now I'm going to kind of like change my style of training a little bit more and change it to more of like hypertrophy focused training, right? So I'm kind of like trying to break my muscles down rather than trying to increase my strength. It will take 1.5 year to get rid of the shoulder pain. I had the same pain. Yeah, I know, man. I know, but the thing is, right? Another issue with me, I wasn't really doing any sort of rotational work on my shoulders. So, like, you know, rotating the shoulders, anything like that. Because you know your joints, right? They have different jobs, and I was just kind of like pushing heavy weights. I wasn't doing anything else. So this is where now I'm going to implement some rotational work on my shoulders as well, and kind of just like strengthen the areas around. And I think that would really help me, because I think I have weaknesses. That's the issue, right? There is an imbalance in my muscles, so that's something I'm going to start working out. Okay, so you've got the NYSE here now. Again, they are technically giving you the breakout here, but I think we saw the same exact thing yesterday as well. They gave you a breakout first to the top side, and then from there they started to sell the markets, did they not? Remember yesterday, right? With NYSE, what they did.
Yeah, I remember.
Look at this. This is what they done with NYSE yesterday. Remember, guys? So they essentially gave you that sort of top side breakout first, and then from there they started to broke the lows over here. But again, it is a breather candle now. So this is your breather candle at this point, NYSE pump. So let's see what kind of reaction we get up here now. If it is a fake out, as I mentioned earlier when I was annotating on Zoom, they will technically give you a wick fill break and start selling the markets, and that's when we jump in and we start selling the markets as well. This is your 4H, the new 4H range. This is a 4-hour range. It's only about 38 pips, 39 pips. So it hasn't moved a lot either. It's a very clean range so far. So let's just give it a little bit more. Because of the news, it seems like it has lost some momentum now, which is completely fine. We've still got another hour plus left before markets kind of like start to die down. We've got plenty of time left. You have the retest here. You are seeing the breakout, but again, it's the first 5 minutes. You do not want to trust the first 5 minutes, guys. Whereas now, if they do start to give you a breakout above here, I will call this a bluff, and I will look for a sell position on the break of these lows. Let's just say that, right? On the break of these lows, I will look for that sell position. SLs above this, start targeting the lows over here. Otherwise, another scenario which I can see is NYSE giving us this wick fill, and then from there maybe just a slight breakout to the top side of 20 pips, and then again causing that double top on the 4H, right? But most likely from here now, they can also give you a pump. But because they have given you a breakout in the first 5 minutes, I don't consider this a valid breakout unless they start to break, unless they start to give you that breakout in the second 5 minutes as well, right? It's just the first 5 minutes they've essentially given you the breakout, so I'm not interested in it. The second 5 minutes needs to give you something bullish up here, then I will consider this a valid breakout, right? First 5 minutes is too much spikiness going on. NYSE find the direction always after the first 5 minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're correct. You are correct. So, okay, let's give this a go. On the break of the previous 30-minute lows to the downside, let's give this a go. Again, use your own broker prices to enter. Do not use my broker prices to enter. If you do and you get taken out, that's on you. And yes, we will be aiming for the lows. This will be your target 1 area, your TP1 area just here, which is the 4H 50%. TP1 area, you want to make everything risk-free here. You know, let's do 50% target on this, okay? Oh, snap.
Okay.
This is actually big. Holy. Let me make it smaller. You know what? Let's move this. This is your TP1 area. As I said, make it risk-free over there. First 5 minutes have given you a spike up. Can the next candle cause a fake out and give us a sell position here? or are they going to give you a wick fill on the 4H and start breaking above? Since the previous candle has closed as a breather candle, we are breaking above the breather candle, and if the breakout is valid, then most likely we are coming up to the previous 4H highs. And if it does break above the previous 4H highs, we do have another 20 more pips in the tank, and so let's see what happens. To be honest with you guys, I'll be so honest, I'm not interested in buying the top side on gold. I'm really not interested. So if this does set up, I'm a big fan of it. I'll be honest with you guys. Otherwise, I'll be willing to stay out of it. This is me being so honest. Maybe in the last 15 minutes, we can see some sort of rejection setting up. If, again, as I mentioned earlier, they can give you a fake out. So what will make this a fake out? Well, again, you would need price to essentially give you a closure above this resistance, maybe even give you the wick fill scenario, and then the next candle to start breaking below. So again, you guys can see this, right? It's creeping up, it's creeping up, it's giving you a break above, and it might even give us a closure above. But then the next candle breaks the lows, it's becoming a fake out, right? That's the scenario which we are interested in. That's what we are waiting for now. So let's just give it a go as soon as it sets up. We've got 5 more minutes left now before the first 15 minutes come to a closure. And if the last 15 minutes, they give us a break below this, let's give this a go. It's a clean sell position. Again, make sure you guys have the areas marked out on your brokers and take the trades based off your own broker prices, not the TradingView prices. Just like we don't take trades on TradingView, we just use TradingView to analyze the markets. We take trades based off our own broker prices. So there we go, guys. This is the sell position which we are interested in. Again, everyone understands the scenario. We are interested in a retest of the 4H 50% area, which is your 1952 level. So as soon as price starts to give you a retest of this, you want to start making a risk free, start want to see, secure some partials, and then from there you've got the daily 50% area as your TP2 area, where you want to secure some more. And then from there, guys, if we see a breakout, man, just let this run. Let this run. That's all I'm saying. Because it will sink. It will turn into a Titanic. Let's just say that, right? Imagine if this candle here closes a breather candle and next one opens and zoom straight downtown. We'll see. We'll see what they do. 3 more minutes left before this candle here comes to a closure. 3 more minutes left. Again, we will enter the markets on the break of this area, which is the previous 30-minute lows, because we do need a confirmation that's a valid confirmation and not a very impulsive confirmation. Our impulsive confirmation at the moment will not be valid since the 30-minute is actually bullish now, right? It has violated the highs over here. So this is where now we need the violation of the highs and the break of the lows, making this a clean fake out. That's what we love. We love fake outs on gold. We love them. But we need to wait for this to set up, right? Guys, we will really appreciate it if you do drop a like on the stream. We've got more than 30 people watching. If we can even hit 25 likes, that would be really, really appreciated. We will also be hosting a stream for you guys later today, FOMC. We have an amazing strategy for FOMC, and we have a really high win rate for FOMC. So you guys can make a lot of money with us later today. But again, hit the like button, give us that extra bit of motivation to host the free live stream for you guys. So it will take you guys literally 2 seconds to press the like button. And got my like, nice knowledge, bro. Keep it up. Appreciate that, my brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, let's give this a go as soon as it breaks the lows and enjoy some profits if it plays out. It's a very high probability trade. It's in our playbook. It's a systematic way of trading, and again, there is no guarantee. There are no certainties or guarantees, but this is a very high probability trade. We've analyzed the markets. We understand which scenario we're trading here. Everything is very calculated. We understand every single thing that we are doing here. So let's give it a go as soon as it sort of shows up, right? Learned a lot from watching you guys trade. Appreciate those who are here. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of gems coming up, guys. Got a lot of gems coming up. Just stay consistent with the streams. We got so much coming up. So much coming up, honestly. There we go. Seems like we're starting to form a breather candle. Oh boy, look at this. See this breather candle, right? Man, I love breather candles, honestly. The minute you start to break past the breather candle, you just see a massive dump. It just starts to go. It kind of like turns into let me show you guys. It kind of turns into something like this. As soon as you see a breather candle, the next one just goes zoom straight past it. Let's see if we can get this here. If we can, let's give it a go. Why not? SL's above here, since it's retested this resistance, has no business coming back above. Second retest done. SL's above. Let's go, guys. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, everyone. Use your own broker prices. Let's see how this plays out. There we go. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, gold. Let's go. There it is. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Make it risk-free as soon as it starts to give you a retest of, essentially, like, you want to make it risk-free around this area. Be sensible, right? Be sensible. And let the rest just run. Secure some profits down here as well. You've got about 10 pips plus to the downside before you want to make a risk-free. Apply risk management. Yes, there you go. That's around 10 pips or so. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's about to get triggered. Let's see what happens. As soon as you get that drop, you want to start making a risk-free. Okay, it's getting triggered now, guys. It's getting triggered. This is where now we need to see a clean break past this area and a nice clean dump. So wait on it, wait on it. Use your own broker prices. As I said, don't use TradingView. Use your own broker prices. Wait for a clean break past this area. It's a clean confirmation as long as you wait for a break past this area. It's just a retest at the moment. Use your own broker prices and go for it. Let's see what they do now. Come on, gold. Give us this break. Give us this break. Nuno, you got the 5 pip area marked out, right?
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Good luck with it, yeah? SL's above the highs. 50% area to the downside. Good luck. This is the NYSC topside fake out done. Now they just need to start giving us a breakout below this and should be a clean drop. Make it risk free. Again, looking to the left, major rejections here. So kind of make it risk free near this area here. As soon as we get this initial drop. And yeah, let's see. Come on, gold. Give us this break. Give us this break. Give us this break. Give us this break. So this will be essentially 10 pips here. And this will be about 17 pips here. 20 pips. Yeah, it should be easily achievable. As soon as it breaks out. Very easily achievable. But again, as I mentioned, use your own broker prices. Do not use TradingView prices. Wait for a break below this on your own broker, not the TradingView. Valid breakout will be 5 pips below. And from there, just let it run. This is the retest now. Wait for the breakout. And from there, let it run. Again, this can turn into a Titanic now because there's a very high chance with FOMC, they will bring the price back up, guys. Very high chance. So now, there's a very high chance that they need to bring the price all the way down, grab the cheapest price possible, and they can also replicate this candle here, which is this massive bullish candle here, right? Just wait for a breakout. Don't take any impulsive entries, as we mentioned earlier. Make it very systematic. We have not been triggered just yet. Nino, tell them about execution. When will you execute this position? Quickly, a tip for them.
Yeah, always 5 pips below the candle that you wanna
Bingo.
break.
Bingo. There we go. I think everyone knows that now anyway. It's not, we've got the same bunch of people watching. Everyone knows at this point anyway. And there is a reason we take a trade 5 pips below, because this can just be a retest. And now this can just be a pullback and a breakout. So come on, gold, give us this drop. Give us this drop. Give us this drop. That's exactly why we don't take a trade on the 15 minutes EVA, guys. It has to be a 30-minute confirmation we look for. Otherwise, it's just not a high enough confirmation for me personally, right? Because it seems like it's kind of rejecting this area here. Come on, gold, give us this position. Nope, nothing so far. Could just be still a correction to maybe a pullback, just a pullback for them to start dropping the price. Could be. But to be fair, pullback level should not really start exceeding this area here. If it starts to go past this area, then is it really a pullback? Until then, yes, it is a pullback. As long as you're below 57, and then if you get a break of the lows here, once the pullback is done, then it gives you even more of a confirmation, since you're getting the sustainable sort of price section, right? They're giving you break, pullback, break. Retest, pullback, break, my bad. So, you know, wavy price action, which we like to see in the markets. Something like this. Look, if these are the lows we want to see price breaking, it's retested it. It's giving you a pullback. Second break, bingo. This is the position. And you just let it run. Okay, guys, it is setting up now. Again, use your own broker prices. Wait for a valid breakout. Make it risk-free as soon as it starts to retest this 53-ish level, 54, 50. Yeah, it's like 53.39 level, because look to the left, major rejections over here. So you do want to start making it risk-free down here. Wait for that initial spike, 10, 20 pips, make it risk-free, let the rest run. But wait for the breakout first. Again, it's just a pullback so far, as long as it's trading below this. If it does start to go past it, then most likely they will start to bring the price back up again. And then maybe we will not look for this position. So as long as it's trading below the 57 level, I'm completely fine with it, because I understand how price action works. As I've shown you guys earlier, this is your, let's say this is your lows, and it wants to break the lows. Let's say it's coming back down to retest, retest, retest. Again, we know it needs to move in waves, form lower lows and lower highs. It needs to come up, come up, come up. As long as it doesn't break this area, which is essentially this area here, it's technically still within it's technically still bearish, right? It's forming lower lows and low highs. It just needs to go past this area to form a new low. So for us, this is essentially the max pullback level. And this is the area which should not be violated, which is the highest. And so the minute it starts to break past this area here again, this is when we're anticipating the next drop down to our key level, which is the 4H level, and that's where you're taking your profits, making a risk-free. Next level is the daily level, more profits, and from there you just let it run. Otherwise, again, it's super bullish. It has broken the highs, hasn't broken the lows just yet. So let's just wait for it to get triggered, and as soon as it does, 5 pip below, again, we understand how we take our entries. For it to be a valid breakout, it needs to break 5 pips below. It enters us, and then from there we just let the rest run. It's very simple, very systematic, no stress. Just wait for it. It's retesting the max pullback level now, and at this point, again, we've got about 6 minutes left. This candle needs to turn into a breather candle. Next one needs to open and break the lows, which is the 1500 candle. 3 o'clock candle usually has a lot of momentum, but we really need this to start setting up now. If it technically starts to break past its own highs again, then yeah, it's kind of just a consolidation we're stuck in. But until then, it's just a pullback, as I've mentioned earlier, and we just need a rejection now. And you've got such a nice clean range to the downside, honestly. So nice. It's amazing. Also guys, again, before the trade sets up, we've got FOMC coming up later, so make sure you guys do tune in. Make sure you're in the Discord chat as well, guys. On the Discord, we will be informing you guys when we do go live. With FOMC, it requires a complete different strategy, so make sure you guys do join in for the analysis session half an hour before FOMC, so which will be around 6:30 UK time, 6:30 UK time. And guys, also drop a like on the stream. We have a like goal of 25 likes. It will be really appreciated if you guys can help us hit the like goal. There we go. It's coming back down now. You've got another 5 minutes left as well before the 1H opens. And with the 1H, you know, you can see a clean drop. Usually we know with 1500 candle, there is a lot of volatility that comes into the markets, and 1500 candle tends to give you big moves as well. And there we go. The pullback is done. It's flipping bearish again. We just needed to break the lows, and then from there just start giving us that drop, which we are anticipating on gold. Again, the structure highs are still being respected, which is your 30-minute highs up here. They're still being respected, as I mentioned earlier. As long as this is being respected, the candle is still bearish. You're still forming low lows and low highs. This was just a pullback, which is part of the game, right? Pullbacks are actually opportunities for you to scale in. Okay, look at that. It's turning into a beautiful, 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 beautiful rejection candle. Sort of looking like a breather candle. In the next 4 minutes, break of this should be a nice clean drop down to our key level where we can start securing profits, and yeah. There it is, guys. Again, make a risk free as soon as this area gets tapped. We understand why we are making a risk free near this area. It's the scenario, the 4H 50% area. This is the 50% area. So make a risk free near this area. We're trading a certain scenario. It requires you to make a risk free at a certain level, right? So again, it's very systematic way of trading. You have to treat this like a business. So when it's approaching your 50% area on the 4H, you make it risk free. It's very simple. You have about easily 17 pips before you have to make it risk free. 10 pips you can make it risk free, 17 pips secure some partials, let the rest run. So simple. It's actually so simple, guys. Two more minutes left. It seems like we're seeing a breather candle here forming on the 30 minutes. Still kind of closing below the resistance, but it could still close back above. Let's see what happens with the 1500 candle. We could kind of see the same thing happening that we saw here. Sort of like a breather candle. Next one dumped. Could see the same thing happening on the next candle. Breather candle, breakout candle gives us that dump. So we have 2 more minutes left, and there it is. There it is. Let's pay attention to this, guys. Again, use your own broker prices. Don't use our trading view prices. This is just rough analysis, right? And this is FXCM, the broker here. So if you're trading with FXCM, then you're more than welcome to use this, but use your own broker prices. There we go. It's coming down now. One more minute left. In the next minute, we need to see a clean drop now on gold. It's now starting to trade below that PD 50% area as well. If it gives you a closure below 55, break below this should give us that clean drop. Should be able to make a risk-free. We've got 1 more minute left now. In the next minute, we need a clean break past this area and a nice drop. There we go. It's just struggling a little bit due to low volatility, but everything else is being respected. The confirmations are there as well. It is rejecting still. It's closing bearish. And this is the new candle now. Let's see if this one can give us a clean breakout and a nice clean drop. This is the new 1H candle now. The new 1H candle. This is the one that needs to give us this break below and a drop. We've got 2 bearish candles now. Resistance candle, confirmation candle, which is need a breakout candle, which should be pretty much the 1500 candle if they want to take the price down. If they want to take the price back up, then this should be a pullback and they should start pumping the price up. That's the 1500 candle giving you an upper wick. Lovely, give us an upper wick and break below. Yes sir, yes sir, that's what we need. Upper wick, break below, nice clean drop, and then come back later for FOMC. There it is. The only issue is lacking the volatile factor, which is very important. I just want that volatility, but with 1500, man, I've seen it happen so many times. It just becomes a Titanic if it wants to sink, because you see the first clean move, which usually happens with news, and then they give you consolidation, and then they give you a nice dump, which should be with this 1500 candle. Good luck, everyone. If you're taking this, good luck. Make sure you use appropriate risk. Only you know how much risk you can use. If you have a trading plan, if you don't, hit us up. We have trading plans for everyone if you're part of our team. So there you go. Good luck, everyone. If you do take this, it's a high probability trade. Let's see how this plays out. Again, make it risk-free as soon as it's sort of, you know, it kind of gives you that spike down. Stop making it risk-free around this 10 pip area. And then from there, you can start securing profits at 53, but at least apply some sort of risk management, right? Spike down, start making it risk-free there. Make it risk-free around 10 pips. 10 pips spike down, start making it risk-free. 15 pips, 10 pips. And yeah, once you can make it risk-free, stress-free, right? And then from there, if it wants to drop, it can drop. It doesn't concern you anymore because you've made it risk-free, right? So your first thing you're looking to do now is to make this risk-free as soon as you get that initial spike down. And yeah, that's it. And if you can secure just a little bit of partials, if you're using multiple entries, close one entry maybe, secure some profits for the day, and then let the rest run. Let the rest run, guys. If it does nothing in this 30 minutes, then we're done. It will be a no trade day here. It has to give us this breakout in this 30 minutes. Otherwise, I'm done waiting for FOMC. It will be a no trade day here on this stream if it doesn't give us this breakout now in this first half an hour of the 1H. It just needs to pick up some volatility and it should be able to give you a clean drop here, honestly. Yeah, but that's the thing, is lacking the volatile factor, which is really important for us to start dropping now, which makes sense. So such a nice spike up with news, but usually it's the 1500 guys which does it, and it's just the first 5 minutes. So let's see. There we go. And at this point, like, look, it has a clean range down to at least the 4H 50%, right? If it starts to break and reject again, it's just choppy price action. You can always take some risk off the trade if it rejects again, because then it's just a clean consolidation, but you could always let it run as well. It's really up to you guys, right? But let's see. There we go. There it is. As I said, as soon as you get a spike down, because it's lacking volatility, you want to start making it risk-free, right? As soon as you get this nice clean spike down, make it risk-free, and then let the rest just run, because you've made it risk-free, right? And even if it does want to reject, it will stop you at break even. So there we go. Let's see what happens now. Good luck, everyone. 1500 could potentially give you that drop. Just wait for it to break out. And guys, I think someone said if we hit 25 likes before the that's when the drop will happen. So drop a like. Let's hit 25 likes, and then they will start dropping the price. That's what I've heard, guys. I had a conversation with the market makers earlier, you know. How many likes do we have, Nino?
For me, 23.
23. Let's go. 2 more likes, guys. Let's do this. The market makers are going to drop the markets if we get 2 more likes. They're watching our stream, by the way, the market makers. They're watching the DA Forex stream. Good evening, DN Nuno. Hey, what's happening, Samita? What's happening, bro? Hope you are well. Man, we're just waiting for this trade to set up. You know, we're looking for this clean drop on gold. Did you take anything, Samita, so far, or no? We've been waiting all day today, man. We've been very patient, very disciplined, and we're giving it this last half an hour for this to kind of like set up. If it doesn't, then we will be calling it a session here. It will be a no trade day for us, and we'll come back with FOMC. 25 likes for FOMC. Yes, sir. We got FOMC session coming up. That's going to be fun, man. The FOMC session is going to be super fun, honestly. That's when you know price is just going to go crazy, like crazy plays in the markets. Still no breakout, guys. Still no breakout so far. There's not much we can do about this other than wait. You know, we're not the market makers. I can't press the button and make the markets drop. So there's not much I can do here other than wait alongside you guys. But we can wait for this half an hour, and if it doesn't set up, then we will just call it a no trade day, right? Again, we waited for our confirmations. You know, we are now looking to execute on this, but it's just not giving us that breakout which we need, right? So there's not much we can do over here. I reckon price will consolidate till FOMC, to be honest. It's just the first 15 minutes of the new 1500 candle, so we can't sit too much at the moment. Let's see how it kind of reacts in the last 15 minutes as well, because it could just be forming the upper wick and then a clean drop in the last 15 minutes. Usually 1500 candles are super volatile. Look at this. Even yesterday, you guys can see a 1500 candle did its thing. A lot of the times, if you actually back test gold and you're looking for those big drops, it happens with the 1500 candle, right? So yeah. And the thing is, right, they haven't even given you the retest of the 4H 50% yet. So at least the 4H 50% retest should be seen before they kind of like take the price all the way back up, right? So I am anticipating that drop, but it needs to give us that breakout. Otherwise, we can't just take it. Just because we anticipate something don't mean we just take it. We need to wait for the confirmations. Yeah, this one they're kind of just consolidating the price though. lows are here. That's why we'll give it like, you know, another 21 minutes or so. And if it doesn't give us anything in the next 21 minutes, we will be calling it a session, because you do not want to take anything when the markets are consolidating. But we understand session timings, and with NYSE, they've done nothing. With the 2 o'clock so far, they've done nothing. The only move was the news, the move with the news, but we couldn't really take it, right? Because we had to wait for our confirmations. And yeah, now we have the confirmations. We just need this breakout, which could happen in the last 15 minutes of this 1H candle, right? Because we know the 1500 candle is actually super volatile. But it's, again, you know, it's a game of patience, right? You just need to wait. If it sets up, you take it. Otherwise, come back later. We have FOMC coming up, so there's no issues whatsoever. You can catch massive moves on FOMC anyway. And imagine, guys, how stressful it would be to kind of like have trades running right here, you know, and the markets are just going up and down, up and down, up and down, you know. So just be extra bit careful here, because there is a very high chance that you can get triggered in, and then they can start to range the markets again. So if you do not want to get stuck here, don't take this trade with us. Wait for FOMC, because there is a very high chance they can give you a break and then again start taking the price back up if the markets are consolidating, right? But this is basically us taking a trade within our session, so I'm fine with it, to be honest with you guys. I'm fine with taking trades for the next 20 minutes. Anything past it, I will not take it. But yeah, that's my thought process, because I know 1500 does give you those volatile moves, so I'm fine with it. But if you guys do not want to get stuck in consolidation, because it doesn't necessarily needs to drop, right? It doesn't need to do anything. You can just consolidate. You can break the lows and consolidate. And there is a high chance of consolidation, which we are obviously letting you know now. So if you want to stay out of it, be my guest. If you want to take it, be my guest. It's up to you. This is no financial advice. This is just free education for everyone. But we will be taking the trades ourselves personally. And if it ends up being consolidation, it is what it is. We'll just let it run. We have a stop loss. We have a TP. We'll just let it run. We don't need to be on the screens. We'll just set the TPs, the SLs. We'll just let it run. It's very simple. But look at the way the price is reacting. There is a very high chance of consolidation taking place. So I do want to mention there is a very high chance of markets consolidating. So just be extra cautious. If you do want to take the trade here, be extra cautious. That's all I'm saying. Okay, the first 15 minutes spiking up. What can we expect? Well, it technically still is a pullback as long as the structure highs here are being respected. If it does start to go past it, then most likely it's becoming a fake out for a pushback up to the top side. So these are the structure highs which we need gold to respect in order for this position here to set up. Otherwise, last 15 minutes, same thing applies, a fake out. This one gives you a closure above. Next one gives you a break below. Let's see what they do. Three more minutes left before the last 15 minutes of this 1H candle, and in the last 15 minutes we can anticipate something, hopefully. If not, then we will be calling it a session here, and we'll come back later for FOMC. Amazing, we have 22 likes, guys. 3 more likes and our target will get hit. And so drop a like if you guys can. It will really be appreciated, honestly. Thank you. Okay, 2 more minutes left. If we can get a fake out from up here, we should be able to get something to the downside. Able and capable. So we should be able to, but are we? See, this is the word, able and capable. Are you capable of taking a position here? Did you stay out of the markets today? Are you able? Yes, you are able, because you just need to press the buy or the sell button. But are you capable? Do you still have the risk left for the day? For us personally, we are able and capable. You see, I just came up with that. No other trader has said this before. Someone go make a reel of me saying this so I can blow up. Are you able and capable? That's actually a sick rule, bro. Let me say it again so you can make a rule, later. So guys, are you able and capable of taking a trade now? If you are able and capable, then fair enough, you take the trade. Everyone is able to press the buy and the sell button. But are you capable? It means, do you still have the loss limit in check? Did you hit your loss limit? If not, then you're capable. So again, understand able and capable and merge it together to become a profitable trader. There we go. I think we can do better, once we're off the live stream. We'll redo this, okay? This can definitely blow up.
Okay.
Able and capable strategy, trading strategy. There we go. First 15 minutes, giving you a closure above the resistance. Can the next one give us a fake out and a drop and a position? If you're able and capable, execute. If you're not, let's wait for FOMC. Drop a like, guys, drop a like. We're waiting for 25 likes. We will be hosting the FOMC session later. Last 15 minutes, we're giving it these last 15 minutes to take a trade here on the breakout, which we have been waiting for the whole day anyway. If it happens, then it happens. Otherwise, we will be calling it a session here. So it's the last 15 minutes. Now is when you guys do not want to leave the stream anymore. You want to stay here because we could be taking this position. But we're still just waiting here, have not executed on anything so far. This is just a rough idea of what we are looking for. We are not in this position. This is just a rough idea of what we are looking for. Bro, type trade not activated. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Trade not activated, by the way. So we have not taken this trade. Thank you, Samitha, appreciate it. But the minute it starts to break, the trade will be activated. Yes, I will start doing this actually. This is much better. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. And guys, FOMC coming up later. Make sure you guys tune in. Join our Discord as well, guys. Make sure you join our Discord. We will be going live around 6:30 UK time. And we have an insane win rate on FOMC. 85% win rate to 90% win rate on FOMC. Discord link in the live chat. Drop a like on the stream as well, guys. Let's see if we can hit 30 likes. We've got more than 30 people watching. Let's see if we can hit 30 likes. And we are waiting for this trade. It has not been activated just yet. We considered this a valid breakout if it goes past 5 pips. So this is it now. We're waiting for this candle here to give us a double top. Nice clean break to the downside. And let's give this a go. Couple more minutes left before our session comes to an end. So let's see if we can take this before our session comes to an end. Again, FOMC coming up later. It will be such an amazing session here, guys. We have a crazy win rate on FOMC, honestly. There we go. So now look what they are doing is they're forming this double top scenario on the 30-minute time frame, right? Again, the previous candle did not give us this breakout, which we were looking for. So again, what makes it a valid breakout? 5 pips below, making it a valid breakout, which we did not see. So technically, again, the scenario which we discussed earlier could be the 4H double top scenario. It means that they can give you a wick fill and break up here, and then from here start causing a rejection, maybe a 15-minute engulfing bearish candle. If I can annotate this for you guys, if you guys see this setting up later, you can give this a go. It will be a very high confirmation trade, guys. So the 4H area is just up here. If let's say you see our candle that's spiking up, it's closing above, and then you see our candle closing back below, something like this, it will technically become a resistance candle. Anything that breaks the resistance candle should give you a nice clean drop. So even if we are not on the stream, if you look for something like this later, you see this, give it a go. It's a very high confirmation trade. But yeah, we will be extending the session maybe for another 15 minutes if this candle here does give us a rejection and a closure below. And as I said, we're looking for a sell-off below this. We've got such a nice range to the downside. But guys, amazing discipline today. No one should be upset for not taking a trade. This is what it means to be a trader. Sometimes you just need to stay out of the markets. But imagine, a lot of people blew up their accounts today because they were not disciplined enough to stay out of the markets. You guys can see how we stayed out of the markets and we, prevented our loss from happening. And the minute it again gets triggered, the trade that we're waiting for, we will give it a go without hesitation. But well done to everyone for staying out of the markets again today, guys. As I said, if you're able and capable, come and join us later for FOMC and we'll give it a go once again. Drop a like on the stream as well, guys. Let's hit 25 to 30 likes and yeah, let's run up the likes. Let's kill it later. Very profitable week so far. What's the win rate this week, Nuno, on the stream?
Let me see.
This week alone, the win rate on the stream. I think we've taken 4 trades, right?
Yeah, we have the daily tracking.
Yeah.
Let me see. This week starts.
I think we have a 100% win rate this week. We took 4 trades and they were all profitable, right?
Yeah, 1 BE.
Okay, 1 break even.
3 wins.
3 wins and 1 break even. Okay,
Yeah.
not bad, not bad, not bad. So 100% win rate this week. Yeah, that's not bad at all. But the only way you can get that sort of win rate is if you stay truly disciplined and stick to your plan, right? But yeah, join that Discord, guys. The link is in the YouTube chat. Drop a like as well. And again, trading is all about being patient and waiting for your trade to show up. At the moment, we don't have our trade here. It hasn't been activated, but this is a very good idea, Smita. Thank you so much, bro. I'm going to start activating. I'm going to start implementing this. Trade not activated, trade activated. This way, people know when we are in a trade and when we are not in a trade. This is just a rough idea of what we are looking for. 25 likes done. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so last 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get something. Otherwise, it will be a no trade day over here today for us. This will be the first no trade day here on the stream. Usually we take 2 trades a day. This is amazing. But if they somehow start to give us this breakout here in the last 10 minutes, it will be definitely a position that I'm interested in for sure. For sure. Because the thing is, right, if you understand what they are doing now, they're again giving you a double rejection from up here, right? So technically, they're still respecting the range highs, the consolidation highs, which is essentially this area here, right? So if they're respecting the consolidation highs now, the only area that they can retest after this is the consolidation lows. So if they retest the consolidation lows and from there start to reject back up, then fair enough, you're going back up to the highs. But if they retest the consolidation lows now for the 3rd time, look at that, 1st, 2nd, and now the 3rd time, it will be a clean breakout below this, and that's going to give us our sell position. But until then, guys, again, it's super bullish. If this candle does give you a break above the highs over here, then most likely you will see the wick fill area being filled, which is this area here. So above this you have about 12 pips to the top side. If you want to give this a go, be my guest, but it's not something I recommend. But if the sell position does set up, it's a very nice position. I do recommend taking it. Again, it's not financial advice, it's just educational. So 8 more minutes left. Let's see what they do. And guys, if you have any questions about our strategy, go ahead and ask me in the live chat. Since we are waiting, I can answer any questions you have. Whatever question is, don't worry about it. Ask me. There are no stupid questions or silly questions. Even if you want to ask me what a candlestick is, it's completely fine. Even if you want to ask me what pips are, it's completely fine. I don't care. Just go ahead and ask me any questions that you have. As soon as it breaks 5 pips below this, the trade should be activated, okay? And again, we understand to the top side, you've got the wick fill area, and then past the wick fill area is essentially another 20 pips for sure. You will see another 20 pips above the wick fill area as well, realistically talking, before they give you the 200 pip range on the daily. So this is something which could play out. It's a paper trade that I am talking about here, but this is a very high probability scenario as well at this point, since they are rejecting the price now. They're failing to break the lows. If they do start to break past this area, they can first give you a wick fill, break this area, and then from here start giving you extra 20 pips, making this a 200 pip range to the top side. And from there, that's it. Like, you know, price can start to drop again. Just found your stream this week. How do you see a potential setup? Bro, we have, look at this, we have a playbook, bro. We've got so many different setups here. This is everything that we trade. Oh, not everything that we trade. Some of the setups we trade. We have different confirmations over here as well. So we have a whole playbook, bro. So trading has to be very systematic. Look, everything's tracked on daily basis. You know, we also have the setups here on the playbook. So everything's tracked. This is where, like, you know, when you accumulate data over years, this is what you come up with, right? So there we go, guys. It is giving you that breakout to the top side now. So most likely it will be that Wakefield break scenario to the top side on the 4H. And most likely they will give you the extra 20 pips to the top side now. And then from there start selling the market. So let's give it a go. Let's just let it do its thing, and let's see what it does in the next 5 minutes or so. But yeah, again, trade not activated just yet. But basically, look, trading, you have to make it very systematic, right? So this way we just come onto the markets and then we just select what we are looking for. Of course, obviously price has to be near a certain area, and let's say if it's trading around the daily highs, we've got a lot of scenarios you know, which can set up around the daily highs. Look at that, you've got the daily highs breakout, you've got the daily highs fake out. I think we also call it the DH. Anyways, essentially there's a lot of different scenarios here, you can see, right? So we technically just wait for price to approach a certain level. We go on our playbook and we see what are the potential scenarios which we can trade. I'll see you guys later for FOMC. Take care, you bear. Appreciate you joining again today, bro. Take care. See you later. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should extend the session maybe for another 30 minutes? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Should we extend the session for another 30 minutes or should we call it a session here? Let me know in the chat, guys, in the live chat. What are you guys thinking? Let us know in the live chat. Should we call it a session here, come back for FOMC, or should we extend the session? Extend. Someone says extend. Let's get at least 5-6 extend and then we'll extend it. We want to see the passion. 24 likes. Let's drop some more likes. Someone says let's come back. 2 extend. 1 let's come back. Which one will take the win? I think there is a way I can also do poll on YouTube, right? I remember.
Yeah, you can do that.
Let's do a poll.
You can do it, but me, I can't.
You should be able to, bro. You're a...
No. I think that's just for...
Oh, wait.
I'll try it in the other time.
Let's see. How can we do a poll? Okay, start a poll. Extend the session. Okay, guys, the poll is done. Go ahead and vote. Should we extend the session? Yes or no? Go to the YouTube live chat and vote if we should extend the session or no. We'll give it first 5 minutes, whatever the answer is. In the next 3 to 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and do that. We are hosting FOMC later as well, by the way. We are hosting FOMC later as well. So go ahead and vote and the majority will win. You have the next 3 minutes to vote and I will end the poll in the next 2-3 minutes. So go for it. If you do vote and let's say if the majority is yes, we will extend it for another half an hour and we will still look for trades for the next half an hour.
It's actually a nice idea, bro.
Yeah, right?
The pool. Yeah.
Does it show up
Yeah.
on the screen, right?
11 votes.
We have 11 votes. 73% yes. Okay, cool. We'll give it another 2 minutes. I think markets will be ranging until FOMC. Yeah, you are correct. That's definitely a possibility. And, you know, again, we will only take a trade if obviously our trade shows up. But there still is a possibility of us actually catching this sell setup, because look at this, right? It's just a retest. It hasn't given you a break above the highs here. This is just a retest, guys. Okay, let me just go grab some water. Let's extend the session since 73% people said extend. So we will extend the session for another half an hour, guys. It means we will still look for trades for the next half an hour. I will be back in the next 2 minutes. Let me just go grab some water, okay?
Okay. Yeah, looks like we have the winners saying yes. Double for patience today. Really nice discipline. Very, very nice. Okay, 3:30. Let's see, guys. Let's see. We're gonna catch something. But yeah, the FOMC gonna bring us a lot of volatility, so we don't rush into nothing. We don't rush into trades. We just stay calm and let the setup show up, you know? Because we know that we're gonna have a lot of volume and volatility around 6:37, so we don't need to rush nothing. We just need to stay calm and just need to be able and capable. Able and capable. Yeah, I think today everyone stay disciplined, right? Everyone took something? Let me know in the chat. Or everyone stay laser focused and didn't place any trades. But let me know, let me know, let me know.
Okay, I'm back and there we go. Last half an hour now. Let's see if we can do some damage. I will be ending the poll here as well. Close poll. There we go. Definitely a W for discipline today, guys. Amazing discipline shown here on the YouTube live stream. And this is how professional trading is done, guys. You have to be super disciplined and you have to stay away from the temptations that markets do throw your way. And 75% people have said extend the session, so we have extended it, guys. We want whatever you guys want, right? We have the similar goals, similar vision over here for the channel. And you guys do show us love as well. You've hit the 25 likes, and we will also extend the session for you. Thank you.
We are in 26 right now. I think we can go to 30 today.
30 likes today. Yeah. Maybe later for FOMC.
It's just 4, bro.
4 more?
4
I
more?
don't know.
Yeah, for me.
You have to talk to the people, man.
Yeah, they know. They know. They know they're gonna bring the likes to 30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another thing, right? How big is this range from? So again, the TP area which we have is like the 4H 50% area, essentially, right? The chances of us coming down to even like the 4H 50% area goes super high once we technically see this fake out forming, right? But anything above this now, the probability of us coming back up to the highs is super high. But at the same time, again, try and understand one thing: this breakout here was not really valid. It was just a retest, more of a retest than a breakout, right? So that's where now, if we can get our break below this, this is when it really becomes valid, in my opinion. The drop, essentially that's what we have been waiting for all day anyway, right? So we'll give it, as I said, another half an hour. At least this way we're giving the 1500 candle as much room to breathe as possible. And so, you know, that was the whole idea behind this, that we're trading the 1500 candles. So this is the 1500 candle now, guys. We'll give it some more room to breathe, and if it shows up, let's give it a go. And you know, let's also extend it, okay, for another half an hour. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But bro, after 1600, after the 1500 candle comes to a closure, nothing, okay?
Okay.
Just the 1500 candle, bro. We're looking for something here. Okay, there we go. Is setting up, the fake out is setting up from up here, guys. There it is. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, gold is dropping down to our level. Are we going to get activated? And is this going to be our dub here? SLs will go up here. Lows all the way down here will be your TPs, your main TPs. This is where you're essentially making it risk-free, taking some risk of the trade, and let's just let it do its thing. This is where you're taking some, oops. There it is. Been waiting for it patiently. Let's see if it actually gives us this drop now. Everything's there. Good luck, everyone. If you are taking this, good luck. This is the 1500 candle. Last half an hour could give us that drop. And now we're giving it as much room to breathe as possible. So if in the last half an hour it does not give you a drop, then the 1500 candle becomes invalid. And then we're done. But this is exactly why we extended the session. Give it as much room to breathe as possible, because we are anticipating the 1500 candle to give us the drop, right? So let's see. Okay. Again, there is a possibility that it can break the lows and start spiking back up due to the nature of the consolidation. If the markets are consolidating, and we do not have any way of kind of like predicting if it will consolidate or not. So it's again a game of probabilities. Keep that in your mind if you do execute on it. Otherwise, you can stay out of this now and come back later for FOMC, which will bring a lot of volatility to the markets, guys. So good luck if you do want to take this, and if you're staying out of it, well done to you as well, because later markets will move a lot. So there should be no FOMO anyway. You know, good luck.
Right.
50% area, okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. Try to trail it if possible at 50%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And just let it run to, you know, the lows. 50% trailing. Okay, 21 more minutes left, but again it seems like it's losing the momentum, guys. But realistically talking, it is a pullback, because look at the whole structure to the downside. It is just giving you a pullback. So as long as it doesn't come all the way back up, it is just a pullback. Wavy price action once again, which is how price action will usually work. We just needed to now respect this area here and give us a break below this mess, forming a new low. So wavy price action, you know, you guys can see it. That's what we need. But if it starts to go past this area here, then it's giving you too much of a leg up, way too much of a leg up. And this is where we need a nasty rejection and a big drop to the downside. This is the wave that we need. We need a downside wave now. Leg down. Lower lows and lower highs. We need a to break its lowest low, which it has formed just now, which is all the way here. And the minute it does that, it's forming a new low. That's what we need. Need it to start breaking its low here, start giving you a new low, and trigger us in below the previous lows, and then bingo, start dropping downtown. Give us our TPs and we come back later for FOMC. Last 19 minutes left. It's forming some sort of rejections here. It is starting to give you some sort of rejections here, but we need some volatility to the downside to kick in for this to be a valid rejection. A nice clean engulfing bearish candle is something I'm looking forward to. Something which engulfs at least the previous two candles, like a 10 pip 1 minute candle to the downside. So if I can annotate this for you guys on the screen, this is what we are interested in. Let me just try and annotate this. Give me a second. Let me just grab the tools. There we go. So something like this, 10 pip candle, engulfing bearish candle, kind of engulfs like, you know, previous past two candles. This is something we need. Again, as I said, the max pullback should be this area here. It shouldn't exceed this area. If it wants to go past this area, it shouldn't exceed the max pullback area, and this is where we need a lot of momentum to the downside. I don't mind price closing above here if it's just one candle. If it's two free candles, then it's technically giving you too much of a pushback above, and yeah, it just means that it's still consolidating, right? So at the moment, this is again the leg up, the wave back up. Price action moves in waves, as I've explained earlier, and we're just looking for the leg down, which breaks the lowest low, which the structure has formed. As soon as the lowest low gets violated, we're coming down for the 30-minute lows, and that's where, if it goes past it, that's when we get activated in this trade, and we look for that drop. Secure our TPs, call it a session. But again, guys, we only have the last couple minutes left before our stream here will be coming to an end. Again, we do not want to force any trades here. If there's nothing here, it's completely fine. If you've stayed disciplined, this is actually an action, guys. Not taking a trade is an action. Always remember this, right? It's very hard for you to stay away from the market. It's not stay away from the market. It's very hard for you to not take a trade. So when you are not taking a trade, like, discipline is actually a skill, in my opinion, right? And you level up your skill by staying out of the markets when markets are throwing opportunities at you every 2 minutes, you know. So this is you leveling up your discipline by staying out of the markets and waiting for the next opportunity, which is later today. It's not tomorrow, it's later today. FOMC, you know, big plays usually happen with FOMC. So you're just waiting for FOMC. If nothing sets up now in the last 15 minutes, this does not give you a drop, we're done here, guys. Your 1500 candle has not done anything either, and that's it. At that point, realistically, we're calling it a session over here because there's nothing here and we're not going to force anything, and this will be a very nice session here. No trade taken, super disciplined. First half an hour has given you the first look, pay attention to this as well. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Look, the first 30 minutes gave you a high, gave you a low. Now the first 15 minutes done that, it's done its job. Now the next 15 minutes has a job to do as well, which is to respect the mid-range, the pullback level, and give you a break below. So if it does it, fair enough. If it pushes back above and breaks the highs, then we're done. We will call it a session over here. So let's see. Now let's pay attention to this area here, this area here, and this area here. And within this 15 minutes, we need a break below this area. Then the trade is looking good. If it breaks above the highs, we're done. I'm not interested anymore. It will be a no trade day over here for us. Very simple, right? Okay, can this candle do its job and give us the breakout? The last 15 minutes, let's see. Again, very tricky price action, guys. Look at the rejections. So be sensible here and just don't force a trade. But if you do want to take a trade here, be my guest. It is a 1H confirmation as well. It is a higher time frame confirmation. The previous breakout to the top side was not really valid. It was just more of a retest. Double top on the 1H, and now break to the downside should give us something. Let's just wait for it. And if this does happen post the live stream and you want to give this a go, be my guest. But we will be ending the live stream in the next 14 minutes for sure. Have to go eat some food, reset our mindset, rejuvenate, come back for FOMC. Don't want to stay here on the charts for too long.
Some sparkling water.
Yes sir, some sparkling water. Yes, you reminded me. I got my water. I need to drink it, man. Need to stay hydrated over here, guys. Need to stay hydrated. I need to start work. Oh man. Yeah, today bro, it's going to be a long day here for us traders because of FOMC. But yeah, what kind of Uber are you doing, bro? Is it like Uber Eats, or are you actually driving the car? Like, is it Lyft, or which kind of Uber are you doing? Are you delivering food, or is it like you're doing the Lyft? Kind of sad that I can't join you guys for FOMC. No worries, my brother. No worries. No worries. Dropping people. Oh, that's actually nice, man. That's good. That's good. That's good. But I know you need to like get a license, and the license is very hard to get. How old are you, my brother? If you don't mind me asking. Because I was having a conversation with my Uber driver yesterday, man. He was telling me like, you know, if you put the work in, you can make like £2,000-3,000 a week. The guy was like super happy. I was like, that's good, man. You're making decent money, bro, for yourself. It's not hard. It just takes time, around 4 to 6 months. That's insane, bro. That's insane. That's a long time for a license.
In Portugal, it's like 2 weeks, bro.
For an Uber license?
Yep. TVDA.
Nice.
I think that's why most of people like came to Portugal to do Uber, bro.
Yeah, my target is 1.5k a week. I'm 28. Not bad, my brother. 1.5k a week. Then I think you do need to kind of work every single day, bro, if you're trying to hit 1.5 a week. But I don't know how Uber works, man, to be honest with you. I know they take like their commission. It's like 20% commission, and then they'll give you rest. That's what my Uber driver was telling me yesterday. I was asking him, you know. He was like, they take 20% commission, and then rest goes to your Uber account, and then you get paid weekly. Is every week you get paid from Uber. And then he also uses another app as well. It's called Bolt Uber. And then there was another one he was telling me about. It's for something. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, I do 5 to 6 days, but long hours. Bro, Uber in New York City is crazy, bro. Really, bro. I don't know. Where are you from, Samir? Like, dropping drunk people off till 6 in the morning. Oh, damn, bro. Yeah, you gotta be careful there, bro. But where are you based? I've heard in the city there is a lot of money, but it's very busy because you know the road speed limit is about 20 miles per hour. It's just a bit sticky in the city. But if you're in London, bro, I think that's where the money's at. Bro, I'm in West London. Yeah, I think that's where the money's at. I go to London. Yeah, that's where the money's at. But the issue is the speed limit, man, is 20 miles per hour in London. That's the issue, bro. Like, if you go down to Mayfair, Piccadilly Circus, those sides, the speed limit is the issue. Especially on like weekends. You know how packed London is. But that's where the money's at. I think that's how my Uber driver said he makes his money. It's like the short trips, they pay you a lot more. He said he doesn't go to airports and he doesn't do like long trips. They don't pay as much. Yeah, man, it's depressing. Bro, it's just your grind, you know? It's part of your grind, bro. You just got to grind it out for a little bit, you know, save your money, invest it into businesses, build assets, and you'll be good, bro. This is a process everyone goes through, my brother. You know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're only 28. You're in your late 20s, bro. Still young. You know, you got plenty of time, my brother. Plenty of time. It's good money and flexibility, not a career though. Yeah, bro, I wouldn't recommend, you know, doing it for the rest of your life. But if you can make 1.5 a week, start saving it, bro. Start investing into like assets, which can bring you a cash flow. You know, maybe open up a business. You know, that is like a starter, right? It's good money as well because you're not going to get paid 1.5k a week from a 9 to 5, bro. Unless you have like, you know, a really good career path. But if I'm talking about like the average 9 to 5, it's not going to pay you that much, right? And bro, you even never know, you can put the money into trading as well. Make like a, if you want to talk about trading, message me on Insta. I can give you some tips as well, bro. I can tell you about account management and everything. Just hit me up on Insta. 100, bro, I'm gonna be on your streams every day. Thanks for the knowledge, bro. Hit me up on Insta as well. I'll even tell you some more details about some of the things if you're interested. You know, you can make money from trading as well. And that's the thing, bro. It's an opportunity for you to save up and then invest, because money makes money at the end of the day, right? On this note, guys, it will be our no trade day over here on the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. W for discipline. Join us later for FOMC. We will be going live around 6:30 UK time, guys. No more trades will be taken today. Now it's too late into the session. Thank you guys so much for joining once again today, guys. Drop a like on the stream, follow us on Insta, join the Discord as well, guys. See you guys later. Have a blessed day. Take care.